Europe Worldwide Virtual Fair 2024. Campus France is very happy to welcome you in this info session on studying in France. I will give you a brief overview of studying in France, and we also look forward to welcoming you at our booth, Campus France, and to answer any questions that you may have. Let's start by why choosing France to study abroad. Here we've been trying to list some of the good reasons to choose France for your studies. First, you will have access to a world-class education and a leading nation for research and innovation. Higher education in France is reasonably priced and largely sponsored by the French government. There is also a wide choice of academic programs all over the country. A few additional points. You do not necessarily need to speak French to study in France. We have more than 1,600 programs taught in English. But while in France, we will also learn French, which is the world's fifth most widely spoken language. Studying in France also means a strong emphasis on employability with internship opportunities in Europe and worldwide. France is one of the world's top economic powers and has advanced industries and international company leaders in their fields. So while studying in France, you will also get a chance to know these companies better. Lastly, while studying in France, you will have the opportunity to do exchange semesters in other European countries and benefit from Erasmus Plus scholarships. Studying in France means you will enjoy the legendary French art de vivre with an excellent quality of life right at the heart of Europe. It means having access to very diverse environments, from monuments to museums, with 40 cultural sites on the UNESCO World Heritage List. As you can see on this slide, there are also very diverse natural sites and environment in France, from the seaside to the mountains and the famous lavender fields. All of these are accessible by train with special discounts for students, and France is also located at the heart of Europe, which is accessible by train as well. Now let's move on and talk about the French higher education system. Don't be scared by this slide. The system basically follows the bachelor, master, doctorate cycle, what we call in French the LMD system, which stands for licence, master, doctorat, with 2 semesters of study per year. Most degrees awarded by the French higher education system also gives ECTS credits that are recognized by many countries in the European Union and around the world. Now, about French higher education institutions, there are different kinds, as you can see on the slide, from public universities to doctoral schools, engineering schools, business schools, etc. There is also something worth mentioning, which is the Bienvenue en France label, which distinguishes French higher education institutions for the quality of hosting services they provide to international students. So when you look for a university or a school in France, you can look for the label Bienvenue en France that you can see at the bottom of the slide. Let's look at universities first. They confer national degrees as well as other university-specific diplomas. They are offering programs in all areas of teaching and research and are present all over the country. We also find in France engineering schools where you can obtain an engineering degree that is recognized as an equivalent to a master in engineering in the United States. There's also something specific to French higher education that we call grandes écoles. They can be either public or private and have the particularity of having a highly selective selection process. They offer many courses taught in English and grant degrees equivalent to 5 years of post-secondary education. In the next slides, we have also listed the different kinds of higher education institutions where you can study business. These are business schools. There are also different schools where you can study the arts and also architecture. We have also included a slide about medical studies in France, and this PowerPoint presentation is available for download in our booth in case you want to spend more time looking at the different details. Lastly, let me say a few words about doctoral studies. They take place within a doctoral school in France. There are over 260 doctoral schools with 10 scientific fields. And again, you can look at this presentation a bit in more details when you will come to our booth. Now, how about admission and scholarships? Regarding admission, different conditions apply depending on your nationality, your country of residence, your high school diploma, and the level of studies and type of higher education institution in which you wish to enroll. We've given you here a brief overview of the steps, but the best is really to reach out to your local Campus France office that will explain the different steps depending on your personal situation. Let's talk about tuition fees as well. Low tuition fees apply in French public higher education institutions as the French government covers 2/3 of the real cost of international students' higher education. Different conditions apply to non-European students, but basically, tuition fees will range from 2,850 euros for a bachelor degree to 3,879 euros for a master's degree. And to study at the doctoral level, the fees are 391 euros. Private higher education institutions apply higher tuition fees ranging from 6,000 to 18,000 euros per year. Now, you may wonder about scholarships. Well, there are many. We have scholarships from the Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs. We have scholarships from higher education institutions, local governments, private companies, and there are also grants available under the Erasmus Plus program. What is great is that you can look for scholarship opportunities with the Campus France scholarship search engine that has different filters as well, as you can see on the slide. You can filter by type of grant, the level of studies, subject areas, etc. The link to this tool is available at our booth. In terms of cost of living, it varies greatly from one city to another, and you can obviously expect Paris to be more expensive than the rest of France. But the good news is, as a student, you have access to university restaurants and residencies. You are provided with a student card that gives you discounts. You obviously have special discounts when using public transportation, special fares for cultural and sport events, and you also have access to healthcare. It is now time to conclude this presentation, but we also wanted to share with you the resources available to find more information. First, we have one international website and 90 local websites that are available in 35 languages. This is where you can find more information about French degrees and diplomas, the different fields of studies, universities, doctoral schools, but also everyday life in France. We also have different search tools where you can find information on undergraduate and graduate degrees, doctoral degrees, art school, etc. And what is great about all those search engines is that you can filter by keywords, field of studies, or geographic region. As you can probably guess, we're also on social media, so please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We also organize social media lives on Facebook and Twitter to share information about different studying opportunities in France. And this is where also we can answer questions from students. And last but not least, we've just launched a new podcast, which is called The French Teach, and that will give you a bit of information about French academic excellence. And to conclude, Campus France also has 270 local offices in more than 130 countries. You can check our website to find the nearest Campus France